Hi, folks. Welcome to RetroFat. My name is Jeremy, and today we are watching the sixth episode of The Torkelsons, Season 1, which kind of really only had one season. Season 2 is called Almost Home. But anyway, this episode is called An American Almost in Paris. This episode was directed by Arlene Sanford, she's directed every episode so far, and she directs almost every episode of The Torkelsons. I think there's maybe one in Season 1 where she doesn't. The story was by Lynn Montgomery, Diana Jenny Ayers, and Susan Sebastian, and the teleplay was written by Lynn Montgomery. This episode first aired October 26, 1991, and it had 10.7 million viewers. We have a few returning characters in this one. Dreama Donovan and Kirby Scroggins are in this episode, so let's have a good time with that. Let's jump into it.
Man in the moon, as I gaze out upon the sprawling expanse that is Pyramid Corners, I see the shimmering city lights, all 5 of them. But if I close my eyes to just a sliver, the lights multiply as my vision blurs. And I imagine that I'm walking down the Champs-Élysées in Paris, France, strolling arm in arm with my boyfriend, Jean-Pierre, who whispers my name, or some better sounding name than mine, like Virginie de Maupassant or Juliette Depardieu. Then I blink, and I'm once again Dorothy Jane Torkelson from Pyramid Corners, Oklahoma, the dream capital of the world. But I cling to the hope that all of this is about to change. For I am an entrant in the high school foreign exchange competition in Paris. And tomorrow the finalists will be announced. I doubt if I will sleep tonight as I'm overwhelmed with visions of Jean-Pierre, gazing into my eyes as we sit at a sidewalk cafe and sip little bitty cups of coffee. Je t'aime, Jean-Pierre. Je t'aime, Virginie.
You are a nutbag in every language. English, nutbag. French, nut bagage.
Okay, so I'm not fully sure where I'm going with this, so bear with me. But obviously, French is a romantic language, both literally and just in pop culture. Pyramid Corners, Oklahoma, which, by the way, I think Pyramid Corners is such a great name for a small town. But we have Pyramid Corners, Oklahoma, close to Texas, close-ish to Mexico. It strikes me as a little interesting that French would be one of the foreign language electives, so to speak, in the school system. I went to a very small southern school in Kentucky, and we only had Spanish. Now, I'm sure they're just as likely to find some that only have French, and maybe that's what we're dealing with here. But I don't know, it just strikes me as a little interesting that, and obviously going to Paris is much more romantic than going to Barcelona, for instance. But I don't know, it strikes me as interesting that Pyramid Corners would have French. And maybe that's just my very small, very rural, very poor background talking here.
People say God looks out for the working man. Sure hope he's looking out for me. These empty pockets need a helping hand. Kitchen tables full of family. But then the sun comes up and the moon is shining big and bright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright.
Did the foreign exchange selection committee call? Did they stop by? Am I on my way to Paris?
Boy, I hope so.
I mean that in the nicest way. I cannot stand the suspense.
No one's called yet, but I'm sure they'll be calling soon.
Unless I'm not even a finalist, in which case they wouldn't call. And I will languish in despair in my room and never come out for the rest of my pitiful existence. Either way, I can't lose. Mama.
Ruth Ann, stop torturing your sister.
But she's so easy.
Dorothy Jane, I learned this song for you if you get to go to France. Alouette, gentil alouette, alouette, gentil plumeray.
Well, thank you, Mary Sue. But what if I don't get to go to France?
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
Mama, do you think I have a chance? I mean, do you think I could really get to go?
Well, Dorothy Jane, you're a good student, and I personally feel you'd be a wonderful representative, but I don't want to get your hopes up.
Oh, get him up.
Okay. You've got at least as good a chance as anybody else.
Get him up higher.
Bye, sweetheart. Bring us back some cheese.
You live your whole life and everything you want comes down to a single moment. Waiting for a single phone call. And the moment could be here. Any moment. Ring! I'm not going anywhere.
What a devastating blow to me.
This is it. This is my whole life.
You gonna pick up the phone?
Scared. Hello? No, this is Ruth Ann. Who's this? Wait a minute, I'll check. Are you here for Ms. Addington from the Foreign Exchange Selection Committee? She's in the bathroom. Hello? Yes, this is Dorothy Jane. Hi. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh.
It's okay, sweetie. You'll have other chances.
It's me. I'm one of the 3 finalists. I am in there! Yay!
Alouette, gentil alouette.
I am a finalist, Mama. I'm going to Paris and my dreams can take flight.
Dorothy Jane, this is your mother from ground control. There's still 2 other finalists. Let us not count our poulets before they are hatched.
America, America, God said his way.
I will win. I am going to Paris. My grades are excellent, my social skills are refined, and I want out of this town more than anybody. And I want you out. And the final determining factor is a one-on-one interview with the selection committee. And I will charm them.
Sure you will, honey. Just don't make that face.
I'm so happy. I can't wait to tell everybody. I'm going to Paris.
Not bagage.
All right, a few thoughts. So I've shared before that I was actually more of a fan of Almost Home when this aired than the Torkelsons, just because I watched Almost Home much more consistently. And in my brain, I always kind of assumed that Ruth Ann and Stephen Floyd were abandoned. I mean, obviously for the fact that the cast is gigantic, especially adding 2 more kids, but that their characters were redundant. They just weren't utilized. And I still think that's true. I'm seeing a different dynamic, the Dorothy Jane antagonist, with the role of Molly in Almost Home. And obviously, if you have that, then why would you need Ruth Ann in Almost Home? And I think that's a real shame, because I think Ruth Ann is nailing the antagonistic little sister. She is doing it phenomenally here. Stephen Floyd, I haven't really warmed up to him yet. His character is the one that fits the least for me. But I really think not taking Ruth Ann to Almost Home might have been a mistake, because she does such an excellent job of just poking at Dorothy Jane at all times. And can you imagine anything more little sister than to tell the other person on the other end of the line for an extremely important phone call that she's in the bathroom. But there's still some affection there as well, and I like that. The little sister, Mary Sue, Mary Sue? I've totally blanked on her name. Regardless, she's always adorable. They're clearly trotting her out in the same way like they would do the Olsen twins on Full House or something. Here's a cute little kid. But she's still doing a very good job. And the gag of her singing French or American, depending on Dorothy Jane's fates, is pretty funny.
J'ai faim, I have hunger. J'ai soif, I have thirst. Je m'appelle, I am called Virginie de Maupassant.
You know, Dorothy Jane, I say this not in an attempt to rain on your parade, but you are still one of 3 candidates.
Here's your competition, Dorothy Jane.
Along the fond de la patrie, da 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 da, that's all I know. For sure, Mademoiselle Dorothy Jane.
Don't you ever do that again.
Dorothy Jane? But it's European. It's continental. It's the way of the French finalist.
Kirby Scroggins?
Absolument.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful news, Kirby. I'm so happy for you. Other Kirby Scroggins is my competition.
Congratulations, Kirby. Dorothy Jane, that is a true sign of sportsmanship, and I am proud of you.
No way am I gonna lose to Kirby Scroggins.
I knew she was going to say that.
She's just a little bit competitive.
That's all right, Mrs. Torkelson. I accept the challenge. And may the best finalist win.
You touch me again, I'll hurt you.
That kind of rejection would have crushed the old Kirby Scroggins. But when I get back from France, I'm going to be the new Kirby Scroggins. Kirby Scroggins. Debonair, bon vivant citizen of the world. And when I get back from Paris, you're going to want me.
Oh, puke. You're not going to Paris. They're gonna choose somebody sophisticated.
That's my sister.
Somebody poised.
That's my sister.
They're gonna choose...
Dreamy Donathan.
Hello, Dorothy Jane. Hello, Kirby.
Hi.
Hi.
I just learned that you both made finalists, and I wanted to tell you congratulations.
They're gonna send my sister to Paris because she's sophisticated and poised.
And I'm the other finalist.
You're dead.
All right, so a few things. First of all, Kirby Scroggins is played by Paige Gosney. He no longer acts. He is now an attorney. And I found this out with just a quick Google search to see, like, hey, what's Kirby doing now? And apparently he's a big lawyer. We have the return of Dreama Donovan. She is a great villain. Using kind of... She's definitely a sitcom villain. I obviously, as you can tell by the Power Ranger helmet above me, big fan of Power Rangers. And she is one of my favorite Power Rangers actresses. She played the Yellow Ranger, Taylor Earhart, who in my opinion was one of the absolute best, if not the only good part, of the Wild Force season. She was kind of a semi-leader of the team. And, well, I have a lot of thoughts on that. Here's not the time or place for that. But anyway, we do have Dreama Donovan returning. I love the dynamic between Dorothy Jane and Kirby. It's always funny. It's always good for a laugh when she is just so utterly put out with him. Chucky Lee is a great kind of color commentator here, so to speak. I don't remember how this episode ends. I remember watching it, but I do not recall what happens next. But you might also think that Dorothy Jane could view this in a few different ways. Like either she wins, the girl who antagonizes her leaves town, or the boy who has a crush on her leaves town, which, could be a little bit of a win in any situation. So anyway, and it is Mary Sue. The reason why Mary Sue, the little sister, that name, if I hear Mary Sue, I immediately go to the fan fiction trope of the perfect character. And I thought, oh, did I just pull Mary Sue out of thin air? And it's actually something else. I did not. It is Mary Sue.
You know I've never been outside Oklahoma.
I'm sorry?
My entire universe exists within the intersection of State Highway 25 and Farm Route 2. And the idea of sending my daughter halfway around the world to live with strangers and eat snails is deeply unsettling.
You don't want Dorothy Jane to go to Paris?
Oh, I think it will be very nice for her to go to Paris. Paris will expand her horizons and give her culture and sophistication, all the things she dreams of. And then at the end of the semester, they'll send her back to Pyramid Corners, Oklahoma. And
How are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris?
Of course, I don't even know why I'm worried about when she comes back. I don't know if I can even get her there.
Doesn't the school pay for the trip?
Yeah, but she's going to have expenses, and I can't send her across the ocean with no money in her pocket.
Then why did you let her apply?
Oh, because she talks about Paris like Paris is heaven. And now she actually has a chance to go to heaven? What kind of mother would I be to say no?
You know, I almost got to Paris once myself, Mrs. Torkelson.
You did?
1944. Got as far as a little town called Cherbourg. Me and a bunch of guys I didn't know. And a bunch of other guys I didn't know trying to kill us.
I bet your mother didn't want you to go either.
Well, it was anything but heaven, I can tell you that. I remember the tanks and the mortar fire, and at night, the whole city lit up bright with the explosions. But the one thing I kept thinking, besides, please God, don't let me die, was that this was some beautiful country we were blowing up. And I promised myself that someday I would come back there and enjoy its beauty. I regret that I never did that.
So you think I should let her go?
Oh, that's not for me to say. You just never know if a chance like this is going to come around again.
Thank you. Hey.
Hello, my name's Leonard Wheeler. I was just driving by and I couldn't help but notice your house.
Oh, if you're here to sell me something, I'm sure I can't afford it. And anyway, all my kids are sick. Thank you.
No, actually, I'm an antique dealer. I'm here to buy.
Oh. Well, come on in. My name's Millicent Torkelson. Ooh, you're here all the way from New York City?
Yes, I specialize in the unusual, and in looking around, perhaps I've stumbled onto something here.
Well, perhaps you have, but all our stuff has been collected through many generations of Torkelsons. And it would be like selling off the family heritage to let any of these things go.
I understand how you feel, Mrs. Torkelson, and that's why I come all the way out to places like this, because people take such good care of these family treasures. Well, like that 1880s clawfoot sofa, for one. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, that is a lovely example of Victorian oversized opulence.
Oh, well, I really don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I do, and that's why I'm prepared to pay a very fair price. And everybody can use a little extra money.
Oh, well, not us.
Well, would you at least think about it? I pay cash. Look, I'll come back later in the week, and if you've had a change of heart, I'll take a closer look at some of your charming objets d'art.
Well, I'll think about it, Mr. Wheeler.
Yeah, and you think about that sofa.
Have a nice day.
Very quickly, Mr. Wheeler is played by Lenny Wolpe. I might be pronouncing his last name incorrectly, Wolpe. He's done a lot of character acting up to this day. So if he looks familiar, you've probably seen him in a lot of things. And of course, this is a very nice example of just the trope of, like, you know, we're in trouble. Oh, here's an opportunity to save ourselves financially, but perhaps at an expensive cost. Also, that is a 100-year-old sofa with very rowdy children in the family. I'm skeptical that it would have been that well taken care of, but well, plot device.
Can't wash the mud pie pans in the sink, Mary Sue. Now it's all stopped up and full of rocks and mud.
I was making French souffle for you.
You were supposed to be watching her.
Boy, take your eyes off the kid for 1 second. Dorothy Jane, look who came to see me.
Dreamer Donovan, what are you doing here?
Don't leave. I want to show you what I can do. Be careful. Dorothy Jane's in a real bad mood, and she might make you cry.
Sorry, Mary Sue. I didn't mean to make you cry.
Too late. You've had it.
Gee, I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time, Dorothy Jane.
Bad time here at my house? No such thing.
In that case, you'll be happy to hear the most interesting news.
What?
This year, the school has decided to have family interviews at the homes of the 3 finalists.
They want to come here and meet my family?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. I gotta get this right. Whether or not I go to Paris hinges on the impression my family makes?
That's right. My mother's already planning a little soiree in their honor. Kirby, of course, is having a fish fry. Très américain.
Oui.
So, do you think your family will plan anything special, Dorothy Jane?
Oui.
Hey, Gina, bet you didn't even know I could play the fiddle. All right, Dorothy Jane. Nobody makes me cry and gets away with it.
I'll send you a postcard, Dorothy Jane. Au revoir.
Oh, I feel so bad for Dorothy J in this scene, and that is just like such a sitcom comedy of errors. We have Chucky Lee playing the fiddle, the girl that she hates but also desperately wants to impress and wishes she was an equal to, seeing her in just her impoverished household. And then here comes Mary Sue with a bucket of mud that was as liquidy as chocolate syrup. But this is rough. Yeah, I don't even know what to say except that Dorothy Jane is not having a good episode.
Got any 6s? Nope. You're not supposed to say nope. You're supposed to say go fish. I want to say no. You can't play the game this way. I want to play. I can't play with her. 6s.
Okay, here's the deal. You're going to take everybody to Frosty King and you're going to keep them there for the next hour and a half. And then you're going to call and see if the home review committee has left yet.
And why should I do this for you?
Because you're the second oldest Stephen Floyd. And if I go to Paris, that'll make you the oldest. And you'll get to be in charge of everybody. The power is unbelievable.
Oh, who do you think you're talking to?
Okay, here's $5.
Come on, little ones, we're going to Frosty King.
All right.
Yeah.
You gonna go with us, Dorothy Jane?
I can't go right now, but you just going over there to Frosty King and stay as long as you want.
We got busted.
I believe we have VIP interview guests arriving momentarily, and nobody is going anywhere. We are going to be here in full support of our candidate. Now, everybody go clean up.
Oh, come on.
Move! You know, Dorothy Jane, I'm really very hurt.
Hurt? Why?
You didn't offer to send me down to the Frosty King for any ice cream, or maybe you were planning on shipping me off to a movie, or maybe just locking me up in the closet.
Mama.
You know, I have this terrible feeling that what you're trying to do is unload your dear Torkelson clan before the home review committee gets here. Because you're afraid we might spoil your chances of going to Paris?
Spoil my chances?
Because you're embarrassed by us?
Embarrassed? How could you? I would never.
I'll go start laying out the buffet.
I really don't think Millicent is being very fair here, because Dorothy Jane is clearly not trying to get rid of her. She's trying to get rid of her rambunctious younger siblings. Is it okay? Probably not. Is it as big a deal as Millicent is making it, I don't think so. If she'd been trying to get rid of Millicent as well, then I think that would be a valid point. But she wasn't. I think Melissa's wrong on this one.
Man in the moon, I'm a guilty little crumb. I've done a terrible thing and I feel awful because I love my family. But deep down in my heart, I also know that they're going to embarrass me. I mean, I can love them and still be honest, can't I? But let's face it, I'm not going to Paris, and my aspirations are going to splatter like a bug on the windshield of life.
Dorothy Jane, I want to know how come I make you embarrassed.
Mama told you that?
I heard you talking.
Chucky Lee, I love you. You know I love you.
You're off the subject.
I want to go to Paris.
Why? What's Paris got that Pyramid Corners hasn't got?
The Champs-Élysées, the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe.
We don't have those?
No.
Then we don't need those, because we got Frosty King. And I think you should be proud of where you come from. Oklahoma, the land of Will Rogers and Oklahoma Sooners football, with more horses per capita than any other state of the union.
I thought that was Texas.
Well, you're wrong, Dorothy Jane. You're wrong about a lot of things. OKLAHOMA. Oklahoma's okay.
Chucky Lee.
Boomer Sooners, Boomer Sooners, Sooners, Sooners.
The house looks real nice, Mama.
Thank you, Dorothy Jane.
Mama,
What?
I'm sorry
For what?
for putting myself first and hurting everybody's feelings.
You feel bad about that?
I feel so bad that when the home review committee gets here, I'm going to tell them I don't deserve to go to France, and I'm going to ask them to pull my name out of consideration.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, thank God.
I'll get the tea. You get the door.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Are the others coming later?
Others?
Oh, then it's only you. Please come in. I'm Dorothy Jane. Would you care for some food or drink?
No. I'll just get down to business if that's all right.
Oh, that'd be fine. Please have a seat. Mother, look who's here.
Oh, hey!
Hello. So, as regards this little beauty.
Yes, well, after careful consideration, I'm afraid we're just not interested.
Mother, I thought you realized I was being insincere.
Well, would you at least let me make an offer?
Make her an offer.
I went through my records and I checked up on this gorgeous little piece over here, and I just want to say that if we can agree on terms, I'll throw her in the back of the truck right now.
Look, I thought I was going Air France.
Dorothy Jane, this is Mr. Wheeler. He's an antique dealer from New York City, and he's talking about buying our couch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were here to decide whether or not I should go to Paris.
I think you should go.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Wheeler. So how come you're selling our couch?
Oh, I haven't decided if I am yet.
Yeah, your mother wanted to think about it because everybody needs a little extra money now and then.
Well, this couch has been in our family since before I was born.
Honey, since before I was born.
Why would you think of selling it now? What's happening now that would make you change your mind?
Nothing's happening now.
Except that maybe I'm going to France. This is spending money for me, isn't it, Mama?
Oh, Dorothy Jane, don't you have such an extraordinarily large ego that you think the whole world revolves around you?
This is spending money for me, isn't it?
Yes.
Mother, we have gotten by without money in America, and I will get by without money in France.
Dorothy Jane, the dollar is not worth what it used to be in France, and I just want you to maintain your present level of poverty.
Look, Mr. Wheeler, this couch has been in this family forever, and that's where it's going to stay.
Well, Dorothy Jane, I thought you felt this couch was gaudy and loud and embarrassing and didn't suit your sophisticated taste.
Well, it doesn't. That doesn't mean I don't love it anyway.
Does this mean I don't get the couch?
Yeah, but I'll take $500 for that poodle painting.
Forget it.
Okay, 50.
I'll show myself out.
Well, make me an offer.
Bye.
Okay, 25 for my naked lady lamp, and we'll call it a day.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Jane. Won't you please come in and meet my family? This is my mother, and these are my brothers and sisters.
You know, Oklahoma's got more horses per capita than any other state in the union.
I thought that was Texas.
Well, you're wrong.
All right, so I liked the Dorothy Jane just sitting there smiling, proud as anything, when the dealer was referring to her as this gorgeous little thing here, and I'll throw it in the back of the truck. That was a nice little exchange there. I'm glad they acknowledged that hideous poodle painting. That thing really is ugly. I also Googled really quickly while we were watching, because when Chucky Lee said Oklahoma has the highest number of horses per capita, and it is true that Texas has, again, this is 2025 data. I did not go to the effort to look up 1991 or 92 data, but it is true that Texas has more horses, but because they have a larger human population, their per capita is lower. Oklahoma, as of 2025, is not the leading horse state, and this one really surprises me. It's Rhode Island, which has roughly one horse for every 407 people. That's because Rhode Island is teeny tiny with a small population. But other states with high horses per capita, Hawaii, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Kentucky, which obviously because of the Kentucky Derby and our horse industry we have here. Oklahoma wasn't on the list, so maybe it was in 1991. I'm not sure. But let me also say, I really liked the scene of her siblings coming down the stairs, dressed nicely, behaving properly. When it counts, this family will be there for each other.
Here she comes, here she comes. Oh, please let her run. Oh, please let her go to France. Oh, please, please.
I lost.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, Dorothy Jane. Was it my fault?
No. My family situation got high marks. They're still talking about my wonderful family. And they seem to like me.
Why did you lose?
Well, the family in France,
Yeah?
they wanted a boy.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Happy Scroggin.
Kirby?
I will go to Paris someday, Mother. I really will.
I'm sure you will, sweetheart. And we'll go with you.
Yeah!
All right, another fun episode. I feel like we still see Kirby. I can't remember if this plays out. If anything, I was thinking, I remember that maybe the program was just ended up being canceled and that they all lost. But I think having the French family deciding they want a boy is a nice way to do it. And I like the acknowledgement that Dorothy Jane was otherwise very nicely qualified. So, all right, we still have several more episodes of The Torkelsons and Almost Home to go. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And I will see you next Friday night.